Good afternoon, and I'll call the regular meeting, March the 14th, to order at this time. Judge Daniels, you will bring forth the citizen wishing to speak. Please turn off your phones if you have any, and Commissioner Crowe, haven't even mentioned this to you, but if you pray for us, and then we got the NROTC from North Paulding to do the pledge.
Father, we come to you in the precious name of Jesus. Grateful, Father, for the day of life within itself. Father, this morning's business was long, and a lot of it was hard, but God, we thank you for the privilege of being able to do the business of the county. I pray now for this board, God, that you would just bless us as we make our decisions known this evening. We pray, Father, for all those who are here. Father, that you would bless them and their families. We ask and pray all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Forward, march. Colors, halt. Left, face.
Post the colors.
Carry, colors. Colors, salute. Sir, permission to post colors.
Post the colors.
Thank you, sir. Carry, colors. Post. Colors, salute. Carry, colors. Post. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Left, face. Forward, march.
Thank you, North Paulding High School. Action on the February 28, 2017 work session minutes and the February 28, 2017 board meeting minutes and the March 8, 2017 special call meeting minutes as amended for the work session. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Collette. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. With no announcements and no invited guests. Bid awards action to authorize the chairman to negotiate a contract for program management services, Paulding County Adult Detention and Law Enforcement Center with comprehensive program services. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Connell. So, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Reports from committees and departments, we have none. Public participation in agenda items, we have none. Consent agenda, action on one consent agenda item. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion and a second by Mr. Davis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Old business. Item number 1, action to adopt resolution 17-08 and approve the landfill tipping fees tabled from November 10th, 2016 Board of Commissioners meeting of December 13th, 2016 Board of Commissioners meeting and the February 14th, 2017 Board of Commissioners meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
second by Commissioner Collette. Any discussion?
I just wanted to note that we did change the exhibit. So the resolution stayed the same, the exhibit changed to reflect the $45 a ton that for local haulers that Commissioner Crowe asked for. You all have a copy in front of you, so.
$60 a ton for commercial haulers, $45 for local commercial haulers, $20 for the first 300 pounds for out of county, and $10 for the first 300 pounds for in county.
The $10 did not change. I'm okay with that.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Bruce said we were good.
And motion is second and discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Action to,
I should say on, I looked up the word on, action on the creation, sorry.
action on the creation of county operations manager and allow human resources to work on job description, salary range, and job posting with the Board of Commissioners. It's tabled from February 14, 2017 Board of Commissioners meeting. Do I hear a motion? Motion to approve. Motion approved by Commissioner Collette. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion?
That'll give Brian direction to head in, and then we can go from there, correct?
Any other discussion?
This is simply to,
It's to create the job title of County Operations Manager, and it's going to allow Mr. Acker with Human Resources to work on the job description longer, to edit it, indicate what the salary range will be, and then work on how we're going to do the job posting. Did not amend the budget, I should say. So this does not amend the budget.
this does not, okay.
All right.
I would like to some way get a date in there.
We can add a date to say that we'll, Mr. Acker, I don't know how long you need. I will speak for you.
I'll promptly get something back out to you, and if y'all can give me feedback, we'll keep it flowing. And that's, at this point, I think it's just a matter of editing what we've got. Just keep it flowing.
Do you want to put a time limit on it?
I don't want to put a time limit on it. I think let Brian get going with it, and I think we'll move ahead with it.
So if it's ready, it'll be on the March 28th, whole business.
Yeah.
First time that's ready?
Yes.
Get that one ready. All right. We have a motion and a second. And we've had discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion approves 5-0. Number 3, action to appoint Harold Linencolt to the Industrial Building Authority for a term ending December 31st, 2019. This was tabled indefinitely from February 28th, 2017 Board of Commissioners meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to deny.
Second. Motion denied and a second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? I just want to point out, about the third, fourth of the people that were at the 10 o'clock meeting are here now. But it's another lawsuit, whether or not Mr. Kraus is today on the IBA without having been confirmed by the Board of Commissioners. It's probably something I should just tell y'all individually, but just speaking from my heart, it's difficult not to want to do the same thing that was done with Mr. Kraus, with Mr. Linencolt. I don't think anybody of higher caliber, quality, or anything else, I know we've already beat that dead horse, could possibly be nominated.
Again, Dave, it wasn't a concern over character or anything like that. It's the conflict that puts him on the airport authority that I have to stand on. That's what it is for me.
And Mr. Chairman, I know you're not to do that. I can understand that you do want to do it, but you also must remember, you made a promise to me in front of another commissioner, in front of several legislative delegates, that you would not do that.
You also said that you didn't agree with what was done.
Well, what I agree on is that we work together, that you see where I'm coming from. Frankly, I can't get on the wavelength of the conflict of interest when somebody of this quality will just say, I'm recusing myself from the vote. If that's a point in question for the given issue. But just to knock this person out of consideration, perhaps July 1st will come around, the IBA board membership and the airport authority membership will be deconflicted, be distinct and separate. And then from what I'm understanding from you all, which is really the only thing that gives me a little bit of hope, is that by July 1st, Mr. Lincoln could be on the IBA, although he's needed yesterday.
And I guess next meeting you could bring somebody else there. But I think just that little bit of conflict, again, it has nothing to do with him personally to him, but just that little bit of conflict. And I think we're giving you, I think we've talked about a lot of things about giving hope. And number two, we just gave you hope.
Bring him back up after we make sure that these two boards are separated.
I guess I can abstain, can I? Okay.
Vote against it?
Yes, we've got a motion and a second. In discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Nay. Motion carries 4-1. Under new business, action to approve the May 1st, 2017 employee benefits plan renewal. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Approved by Commissioner Pownell, second by Commissioner Collette. Any discussion?
I'd just like to thank Brian for the work that's been done. It's tough every year. A lot of it's out of our control. And it's a very important issue to the employees and anybody that's receiving these benefits. And I think what we've done today with this and how we've handled it is the way to do it. It's the way to do business, and it's the way to take care of our employees. And I appreciate each and every one of them.
Ditto. Action item number 2, action to award the. Y'all forgot to vote?
Brian needs to vote. Brian needs to vote.
But I'm not a vote.
He needs to vote.
Okay, my apologies. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Now, number 2, action to award the roadside right-of-way turf maintenance services contract to Kelly Landscapes Management in the amount of $163,426.71. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
A motion approved by Commissioner Collette, a second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 3, action to approve the countywide shoulder maintenance service contract for FY 2017 with Lovin Contracting Company Incorporated for the same contract unit rates in the previous contract in the amount of $465,477.70. In addition, this contract will provide authorization of litter pickup funding up to $80,000 through June 20th, 2017. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
By Commissioner Pownell, and second by Commissioner Collette. Any discussion? Any no additional discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Item number 4, discuss action to adopt resolution 17-07 requesting the Paulding County delegation to the Georgia General Assembly introduce a bill to amend the Paulding County Airport Authority Act. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve with the following stipulations. 1, it be effective July 1st, 2017. And 2, that the 5th member be an appointee of the Post Commissioners and not the IPA, so that the 5 members would be one associated with the chairman of the BOC, and one associated with the city of Dallas, one associated with the city of Hiram, and 2 associated with the Post Commissioners of the Paulding County BOC. Now, we're trying to work together on this. We're trying to bring unity, okay? We have talked to Howard, and he said he would show it to the delegation with a 5-0 vote.
Okay, does everyone understand the motion?
Yes, sir.
So one from the city of Hiram, one from the city of Dallas, one from the chairman of the board of commissioners, and 2 from the post commissioners. All of which at their respective locations would have to be voted on by the council and by the board of commissioners for our 30.
So subject to nomination and confirmation of each entity?
That's what he had written in there before.
Okay.
What he had written in there
Never
before.
mind that now.
Okay.
So, just make sure we're all on the same sheet of music here. If this passes and Carmichael nominates nominate whoever, it still has to be approved by the rest of the board of commissioners.
That's what Howard had already,
That's already written in there. It's not
what was already in there.
Okay, I'm just making sure, and likewise, if the post commissioners nominate someone, it has to be voted on.
Same with the city of Dallas with its respective city council and the city of Dallas with its respective city council. Is what you're saying, correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what it was already in there.
Okay.
Howard said that.
I don't think it is either. It's not.
So this is a motion that,
Are we sure that that's in there? Are you checking that, Brian?
I'm gonna
Well, I'm-
recheck it because it was in there.
It wasn't there. I'm not sure if it is, but it was.
They took it out.
I honestly don't remember seeing that.
Here it is, let's look at 5. The language shall set forth that the appointees submitted by the members of the Paulding County Commission, its chairman and its post commissioners shall be subject to recommendation, nomination, and confirmation process before it's set forth in the current Paulding County enabling legislation.
Where are you reading that? Sorry.
5 on,
I don't think that's in the part that he wrote. I believe that was in the one that y'all did
Right.
last time. Yeah, you're right, it is in there. You're correct. You're correct. I see it. And then it definitely already has the city council as nomination. It does. It says that.
So we have a motion that includes the amendment. Do we have a second?
Well, go ahead, Mr. Carmichael.
We've got a complete motion by Commissioner Collette. Is there a second to the motion? That includes these, the amendment.
I'll let you make it.
I think show unity, they won't unite.
I think you need to do it. Okay, I don't want to put you on too much of a spot, so I'll back up just a couple feet. We're not going to send them a 5-0 vote. Let's redo something here. So, if you're not good with it, then you do tell us now before we vote. Because
Definitely good with the July 1st, and I'm okay with the IBA relinquishing that appointment to the 4 post commissioners. I told her that 3 weeks ago.
Yes, he did.
well, you did, you told me that 3 weeks ago, but we weren't getting that same message. Originally, 3 weeks ago, I got that same message from Howard, but a week later, I didn't get that same message from Howard, so you seem to be hesitant about making a second. I just want to make sure that today's our day, and today, he's got to have this tomorrow.
We're looking for a 5-0 vote, not Carmichael seconding the motion.
I understand.
We're having a discussion.
We're having discussion. Yeah. I'd like for you to second the.
I'd like to say.
Let's ask one more time, is there a second?
I'll go along with it if we can get a second.
Dave, I think we all asked for 4 votes, we're giving up 2. And we're showing unity, we're showing we're trying to work. I think what they're saying, you please do the second to show on your side of commitment working with us.
I think by voting in favor of it, showing that.
Well, and if there isn't a second, you need to call for a different motion. So, what he's made and what has taken us this long to get here was he made a motion with stipulations, and he's correct, the resolution does have language about the nomination and confirmation already. So it would be effective July 2017, and the 5th member would not be from the IGA, it would be a second member appointed through the post commissioners. If you don't have a second to that motion, then I would have you called it fails for lack of a second, and then go on to a different motion.
Somebody else second it.
The rug's been pulled out from underneath me too many times. I'm not making a second.
You know, when the last time we voted at 4-1, I discussed it with Howard. And
This is a discussion, yeah, I just, if we don't have a second on Commissioner Collette's motion, then it fails for lack of a second.
Motion dies for lack of second, then Mr. Carmichael, you call that.
I will certainly call that. Motion dies for lack of a second. Is there another motion?
Okay, there is another motion, and I would like to do this in order for us to get to discussion. In order for us to get to discussion. And if I need to, I can withdraw it. I make a motion to deny in order to get to discussion.
Okay, there's a motion to deny. Is there a second?
Just so we can discuss it.
I'll second so we can discuss.
Second by Commissioner Davis. What is the discussion?
Now we're in discussion.
okay, the last time it was 4-1 vote, my viewpoint was all 4 post commissioners supported it. That's representation of the entire county. I was told at that time that unless we had a 5-0 vote, that it was no good. I didn't understand it then, I don't understand it now, why at that level they won't move it along, but they won't, and it's important that we have a 5-0 vote, and I'm not sure that even then it will go forward, but I'm looking, that's the only thing we can do to find out if it will go to the floor and be taken care of, but a 4-0, I'm sorry, 4-1, it's already been proved that they won't move it along, even though post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4, the representation of the entire county is there. If the chairman or whoever won't go along with it, it's going to fail.
But as we spoke in the work session, and this skipper brought up that it would be a good idea to vote on what they sent us. And so that was a motion to deny.
Okay, so
Why don't we not deny? Why don't we go back to that?
I was straightforward. I made the motion to deny so that we could get to discussion. And we're in discussion. So I wanted us to send them something today with a 5-0 vote. And if we can't agree on that, then I want to just deny whatever, and that's it. They've told us they're not going to do anything without a 5-0 vote. So it's kind of silly for us to try this again because we've already tried it twice last year and it didn't work. So I thought we had an agreement. And the reason that, I'll just be honest, the reason I wanted you to second it, I wanted you to show that you're in this with us like you indicated to me that you were. Because 2 weeks ago when we had another situation where we tabled it, you asked us to table it. You asked one commissioner to table it, the motion was made, I was caught off guard, but I agreed to table it. And it's the one we just denied earlier, and you voted against it when you were the one that asked us to table it. I just want to know that you're in it, because once today's over with, it's over and we don't have another shot. So if we need to deny this, let's deny it. That's what we need to do.
Okay.
But
What we discussed in the work session though was to vote on what they sent us, and we brought out that it would be, I would be for it, 4 people would be against it. Then in between the work session and this session, it changed the idea. All we were going to do was put what was submitted by the steering committee, and you were going to submit that.
would you rather do that?
No, I ain't gonna listen.
We can do that.
I took it upon myself to go to each one of you separately, no formal approach, and talk to you about it. And then Dave, you and I called Howard right back here for the meeting, and Howard said he was okay with it, but he didn't know that they would vote yes, and he would not make a commitment for a yes vote. But he said if we voted 5-0 on this with these stipulations, and I read them to him, he said that he would show it to them in the morning. So I don't understand what the holdup is.
I told you I would vote for it.
You
I'm
did.
sitting here, I'll vote for it. I'm not going to second it.
Dave, if you're going to vote for it, you can second it. I know it sounds like a Mexican standoff, but you know,
I think it's petty.
it is petty. And 2 weeks ago, I'm not making a second on this, and you leave us hanging out there. We've worked together on this. We're showing with unity. I don't know what else a man would ask for.
Each one of us, we had our way, we'd ask for 4. I think I should get my own pick, and I think each post commissioner, but I'm willing to give here.
I just gave up the idea.
That's really the whole issue here.
No,
It really is.
It is. I think the truth's coming out.
It is. So,
You know,
it is. It really is, Dave. I mean, you indicated that to us before. You've indicated to me over the last couple of weeks. I don't think I'm asking for too much, asking for a second when you say you're going to vote for it.
I ain't going to vote for it.
Well, then
If it gets to a vote,
it shouldn't be a problem with them having a second.
that's your belief, just like any other belief that you have.
I believe 2 weeks ago that that you asked to table Harold's, and we did. And I got fooled on that.
Well, if we vote on this in the passion, we'll have a whole lot more what we had when we started.
Okay, moving along, we got a motion to deny and a second. All those in favor?
Well, wait a second. I made a commitment right here in public. I was making it to get to discussion.
Right.
Do y'all want to vote on that?
I want to vote
I'd
down.
ask you
I want somebody to make
to
the second.
withdraw that.
I can withdraw my motion to deny, and I withdraw my motion to deny.
So now there is not a motion, and a new motion would need to be made.
Can I just say I want to bring the same motion back? Did I read all that?
Yes.
I'll read it if I need to.
Read it. Read it.
Yeah.
Councilman Barris, do it on the minutes.
Cheese and bread.
You'll read it from my behalf. Make sure I understand.
Okay. I make a motion to approve with the following stipulations. 1, it be in effect July 1st, 2017.
And
2,
that time we could relook at Harold, right?
Yes.
Okay, no discussion, okay.
and 2, that the 5th member be an appointee of the post commissioners and not the IBA, so that the 5 members would be 1, associated with the chairman of the BOC, 1, associated with the city of Dallas, 1, associated with the city of Hiram, 2, associated with the post commissioners of Palm County BOC.
The
Okay,
board's
so you've made that as a
voting.
motion
The board's
to
voting.
approve 1707
Board's
with those
voting.
stipulations.
Board approval.
I'm sorry? Motion to approve, I said.
No, no. Your
Okay, it's
boards
already
approved the
motion.
nominees. You didn't include
And the
that.
It's in
resolution.
the resolution already.
Okay, all right. Sorry. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'll leave.
We have Resolution 1707 amended by Commissioner Collette. Is there a second? Got a second. The motion is dismissed. And
It fails for a lack of second.
We'll wait another year.
You do motion.
I have given and given and given on this issue. All I'm asking you to do is second.
I will vote for the motion.
It won't say.
We haven't had a discussion because you don't have a motion pending. You just failed that one for lack of a second. You need a new motion, you need a new second, and then you can do discussion. I know, it seems
Okay.
backwards.
I make a motion to deny for the purpose of discussion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second by Commissioner Davis. Any discussion?
I just want you to make the second
Okay, you want me to make the second?
to show that you're there.
And it's already been discussed that one way we can accomplish the primary goal is to vote on what they sent us. Resolution 1701 with the LC 44-041 from the state delegation. It distinctly separates the two boards, which is the primary goal of why we wanted them to be involved and to send us something that would do that. So just to reiterate, the main focus and the point of the resolution is to separate the two boards. And Resolution 1701 accomplishes that.
Dave, if you don't want to do it, say you're not going to do it, and let's move on.
Yeah, this is the deal. I just want to ask a question, don't get too far into it. Did you make a phone call, Vernon, to Howard?
Yes,
Was Dave a part of that phone call?
he was.
Okay, so you had Howard on speakerphone or something?
I did.
You were able to, okay. So this is the deal. My discernment, and people can laugh, told me that I needed you to make the second. when today's over with and the sun goes down today, it's no longer good for us to send them anything down there. And I would rather send them a 4-1 vote on the one that I really want, which is not even discussed right now, which was discussed this morning. I'd rather send them a 4-1 vote so that they don't do nothing, but the people see that we want the steering committee's recommendation, or I'd rather turn this down that we have. You had a phone conversation just now, from my understanding, and you're backing up on what you indicated to me that you would do, and I asked you when I walked in for you to make a second. So there's a motion to deny and there's a second, and I really want to go home with sending them what we can.
Okay, well, you're backing me into a corner. You're saying that it's only meaningful if Carmichael makes the second, and I just disagree with that, because we can send them a 5-0 vote on exactly what they sent us, and it separates the two members.
That's right.
Okay,
And you made
so
the
I will
point.
go on record clearly that I would like to see their resolution passed so we can separate the membership. And that is goal number one. Let's go by our goal. We want to score here.
What you clearly said when I made a motion to deny and Ron gave me a second for discussion, you clearly pointed out to me that you're not going to vote for it. You're not going to vote for the amended one that we agreed on. And when we vote against it,
He said he would.
He said he'd vote the table, Mr. Lenico last meeting. And when I made the motion to put myself, you asked me to table and then you went against what you asked me to do. I think that it's fair for us to reach this compromise, for you to say you'll second that motion.
you said that you just got through telling us that we needed to vote on Howard's and send that one to be a 5-0 vote. That's what you told us. Just now.
I said that would accomplish the major goal of the legislation,
But I
to
thought-
separate the membership. I've been saying that over and over again from the work session now to this. Listen to what Commissioner Crowe just said. He gave you the answer. We heard a wonderful presentation by one of our citizens, Ms. Hollyshed. And, you know, people in the audience just shaking their head. You know how to get the 5-0 vote with the IBA not having an appointment. And you all getting, instead of one, the post commissioner is getting 2.
Is that a problem?
Pardon?
Is that a problem if we get 2 instead of 1?
I said, you keep telling what I said I would do.
Then second the motion
You
and
said if I second it, it goes on the table, that you'll approve what the amendment. Roll it out there.
Well, right now you have a motion
Okay.
to deny.
so while
The
we're,
first and second.
before I withdraw that, because we're in discussion, if that's what you're good with, then we can go. All I'm saying is this: once we vote, if we don't have a 5-0 vote, we're sending them something that they're not going to do nothing with anyway. Period.
Exactly.
And that's my point, is I don't want to get to the end of the day and the sun goes down and we couldn't send them nothing. We couldn't send them a 5-0 vote.
Well, if we get to the end of the day and it's denied, it's the end of the day. If we get to the end of the day and we vote, somebody here don't approve it, we're in the same boat. If it goes ahead, and then it's going to be on the floor, then it's supposedly, they have told us, if y'all give us a 5-0 vote, that's what we're looking for here. So,
And I guess I just felt like it was not a big deal if Mr. Carmichael seconded it, being he said
well, I
he
don't feel
would
like it's a
vote.
big deal either, but evidently he does, so.
So I'll go ahead and withdraw my motion to deny.
Motion to deny is withdrawn. And do I hear a motion?
Vernon?
Yeah, you wanted to just say.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve? Well,
I would like
who
to
made the
bring
motion?
my last motion back to the floor.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion to second by Commissioner Crowe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Number 5, action to adopt Resolution 17-09, confirming executive session for the purpose of litigation and pending litigation. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Approved and second by Commissioner Pownell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Number 6, action to direct the county attorney to draft a policy requiring the chairman notify the post commissioners when calling a department head meeting so that the commissioners may select a post commissioner to attend. The resolution with this policy shall be placed on the next board meeting agenda. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve and a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No, I apologize.
Well, this came about because after Ms. Tibbetts was forced to resign, it's the way I've always worked with other organizations where I've been in leadership to circle people up as soon as possible. And remember, I think we got out of here about 4:30 after a 6-hour closed session. So it was very important to me the next morning to make sure rumors didn't get started and that questions could be asked. And I failed to ask any of the post commissioners, and I apologize for that because I certainly would have no problem with any of them being there. When we have our regular staff meetings, I always encourage one to be there. Very much want their participation in all meetings. It wasn't something I was trying to do in secret or without them being there. Everything was just happening mighty fast. And so that's what precipitated this policy, and I'm more than happy to go along with it.
So my request here, Mr. Chairman, would be that I know that this policy is not in effect until it's voted on at the next meeting, assuming it's approved, but I would ask that between now and then, should you call a department meeting, you would notify the post commissioners.
I'll do that, Ronnie.
Thank you.
Okay, so where are we?
There's a motion and a second to approve what's written on the agenda.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries 6-0.
Mr. Chairman, before we move on, number 5, I believe you were moving pretty quick, and I don't actually think that I voted. And my vote was to support number 5. So I'm in favor of it, but I don't know that I said it.
Okay, we had it 5-0. At the conclusion of regular business, there's no executive session. I'd like to thank Ms. Skipper and Rebecca for doing the turnaround that quickly and skipping lunch and just your hard work for us to even start at 2:20. So there's no public participation on non-agenda items. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pownell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.